Okay guys, welcome back to Fox Recon. So as you can see, it's a sunny day here in the woods and I've only just arrived, and tonight I'm going to be sleeping in my Polish army tent. However, I'm only going to be using one side of that poncho. So I'll just show you my current setup. So if we have a look over here, we can see my bug out bike. Now basically at the back here we have the poles to hold up my poncho, the Polish army tent, and basically I've got beer, I've got food, all that stuff. Now I've just got to work out where it is I'm gonna have my fire. Now I know where I'm gonna have my camp. I actually found this the other day. It's a new camping spot. And another thing I've done now, because it's still early, I've actually hid my Bergen over in the woods somewhere, so if somebody comes back past walking a dog, then they're not going to suspect, you know, that I'm going to be staying out all night, because again I've hid my Bergen away, and I'll probably set up tent later on. So basically what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to enjoy a beer, probably do some slingshot shooting, and then work out where I want to have my fire. I might have a Dakota fire pit, I might have a normal fire, so we'll see how it goes. For tonight's entertainment, we're going to be shooting some of these guys, some of the NATO bad boy guys, and I've attached them to, you know, a dead tree, so I don't have to worry about, you know, messing up this tree because it's already dead. But again, yeah, that's tonight's entertainment. I might find a few more dead trees and put some more of these guys up, so it'll be, you know, again, entertainment for tonight. But yeah, so we've got the fire ready, and I've got all my firewood, I've got my Dakota fire pit, I've got all my food. I'm going to be having, what is it, I think it's a quarter pounder burgers, I've got Cumberland sausages and something else, something lamb, I forget what it is. But yeah, anyway, there's all the firewood right there. So we've got the kindling, and then we go up, you know, steps of the wood, and there's the Dakota fire pit and the hole being there to feed the oxygen. So all I need to do now is just to get ready. So I just have a drink now and wait for it to get dark, and then I can set up my Polish army tent. You know, I've just had the thought, and that thought is, I might not put up the Polish army tent. Instead, I just might as well bivvy it. You know, I know it's not going to rain, but it'd be pretty cool just to sleep in my Snug Pack Elite 3 with my Czech Army Bedroll bivvy as a cover. Simple. Simplicity. So yeah, why should I put up the Polish army tent if it's not going to rain or if it's not going to be windy? Right guys, so you'll probably remember in the previous video I done about the Czech Army Bedroll, we talked about that only half of it was water resistant, that being the bottom section, because it's got like some silicone or rubber coating on it, whereas the front section, it doesn't have anything, and I actually got wet in the field, as you all know. So what I've done is I've done a DIY on it, and I've basically installed a top on a section that is not water resistant. So now this in theory should be water resistant when we're in the field. Again, it's just a standard top I've used, and you know these buttonholes here where we put the bed in and we put the roll blanket in, we attach it via these buttonholes. Well, basically what I've done is I've attached the top via using zip ties into them buttonholes, and that allows me now to be able to do this. And as you can see, this is the head section here, so I've extended the top to actually fit under the head section. So that basically means my kit now, my Check On Me bedroll, should in theory be water resistant. So it's just thought I'd share that with you guys. You know, these elastic bands are absolutely crap. I'm gonna have to research what's the best bands for slingshot. Remember, I'm still new to slingshots and I know this is the cheapest, but I'm one of them guys. I'll start with the cheapest. If I like it, then I'll upgrade. You know, I was trying to work out what this fungus was the other day, the mold, the fungus. Watch this. Watching, guys? Look at that. It's just like sand. Really wonder what it is. Again, I've been researching it, but nothing appears to come up with regards. I think it's something like a puffball or something. But there again, I'm no expert, so it could be wrong. But look at that. Bizarre, innit? So I made the decision to put up the Polish army tent, and let me lean back here. As you can see, that's going to be my home tonight. Got the Dakota fire pit here. So two things are going to happen. That's going to be nice and warm, or that's going to be filled with smoke. Not too sure which one it's going to be. Might be both. But yeah, guys, this is where I'm staying tonight, and I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a very good night. So the night's moved in, starting to get a little bit cold now. I've got the fire lit. When I get some coals and stuff, I'll make something to eat. Remember, I've got quarter pounders, I've got Cumberland sausages, I've got lamb. So yeah, I'm gonna have, and most importantly, I've got some Stella cider. Really looking forward to that. It's nice. Not often I drink cider, but I'm sure it's going to go down well with the food. On goes my grill. Right guys, so as you've seen I was attempting to play the flute. I'm still learning, you know, I just pick the flute up and I'll play it every now and again. You know, I don't, you know, go totally serious about it. But anyway, that tune I was trying to play there is basically the sash my father wore. And it's pretty symbolic, you know, to be able to play that around a campfire. And the reason being is because that tune is actually on about a battle that was won in 1690 in Ireland. And basically when they won the battle, King William of Orange, when King William of Orange won the battle, then they lit campfires, they lit bonfires, you know, and basically celebrated the fact that they had won the war. And again, yeah, you know, being a Protestant from Northern Ireland, then it's kind of symbolic to be able to sit around and play my flute at the campfire. I mean, I've even got my Union flag. And this Union flag, it was given to me by an RAF cadet during Armed Service Day in Manchester. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of people don't seem to realise what exactly the Union flag is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the cross in the middle. Let me just stick this in the ground. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so here we go. So you see this cross in the middle? We all know that is St. George of England. We all know that. Everybody gets that correct. Now if we go on to the blue sections, then the blue sections is St. Andrew of Scotland. Now this is the part which always confuses people all the time. If we ask you what these diagonal red lines are, then chances are you don't know. So what these diagonal red lines are, they are in fact St. Patrick of Ireland. Now I've spoke to a lot of English guys, and it's actually quite surprising how many English guys don't actually know that the red diagonals is St. Patrick of Ireland. But there you go guys, you all now know what is the Union flag. I mean, Wales is not actually in the Union flag, like represented officially, and that's because Wales was already united with England prior to the Union. So that's why the Welsh dragon or other symbols like the daffodil, that's why Wales ain't in the Union flag, even though they are part of the United Kingdom. But anyway guys, my fire's raging now, so I'm just going to chill out and relax. Good morning guys. It's been a very good night. There's been no wind whatsoever. However, I do have to say that I did wake up a few times in the middle of the night because I heard animals. Now first of all, I heard what I thought to be a horse, and then I thought to myself, do you want to know something? It could have been a badger. You know what I mean? I've never heard the noise of a badger before in the woods, but what I do know is that there's no horses really close by in this vicinity, because all the horses are in the fields which belong to like the farms and stuff like that, and them fields is quite a bit away, so I doubt it was a horse in this area, which is why I'm thinking it's probably a badger, perhaps. You never know, it may have been a fox, I don't know. But yeah, there we go guys. So there was my Hilton hotel last night, and listen to this. You hear the birds? Absolutely, it gets me how during the night the birds just don't do anything. You can't hear sound from the birds at night, and then all of a sudden come morning it's like a choir. Oh, speaking of birds, let me show you this, guys. Right, so as you all know, I was shooting last night. Now I set up my targets over here, right? So I set up my targets up here and I was shooting at them. And the thing was, when I went to get my target yesterday, I put my hand out like this and the bird flew from out of here. So a bird had been using that hollowness of the trunk as its home. And I thought to myself, oh my God, you know, the poor bird must have been terrified with all these pellets just bopping, you know, above its head into this target. The bird must have been like, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden I've come over to get my target and then whew, the low, it must have been like a robin or something, and it just flies out of there, and it's like, that's mad. But yeah, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start packing up, and then I'm going to get a brew on. I've got 2 more Stella, but because I'm not an alcoholic, I won't be drinking them. So instead, I'm going to be having a nice caramel latte coffee. But let's have a look. So yeah, there was my pad last night, and if we have a look at the fire, there was the fire. So I've also got to fill in the fire pit as well. Right guys, see you in a minute. You know, a friend recently asked me, don't I get scared when I'm wild camping? The answer is no, I don't get scared. But let's be honest, sometimes we do get a bit like, what's that? You know what I mean? Sometimes we do get startled, but in general, they're starting to be scared about wild camping. Because you got to remember, there's only one main predator on planet Earth, and that's human beings, mankind. So yeah, I don't get scared.